you know, he gonna keep putting my name in the title, but he ain't gonna come talk to me. But let's get to another guy that whom I did not disrespect ever, but I'm starting to notice something with guys who want to claim that they're helpful. They're very condescending in their help. Uh, no, that ain't how you help no man. That ain't how you talk to no man, especially a man that you don't know. So you're doing it for views, and we get it. So shout out to Moxy Approved. Let's play this video of this other guy who, just want to make a name off the stimulus package guy who everybody's saying, oh, your numbers are going down, your views are going down. But I guess my name is still liquid gold because they still got to put my name in their title. They still want to talk about me. We got, and there's a disclaimer, there's a fake Instagram Kwame Brown that has now taken a lot of pictures that I posted at the rally of Angela Stanton, myself, RZA. He's pretending to be me. I wish Instagram would go ahead and fix the situation and just give me my blue check so that they know that these people are not me. But I don't know. I guess we can't get a blue check because they don't know that I was the most famous bust. So I guess nobody knows who I am. I was tied to Michael Jordan, but you know, they gotta really think about giving me mine. I don't know what the hell the problem is, but been viral for 9-10 months, but you know, still don't think I can get a blue check because we gotta really see who you are. And you got all these YouTubers talking about my subscriptions and views. And now you can't even see the subscriptions. But because the haters said, all the haters stay in a group. They stay in a circle. It's a shame. But since I've been putting it on subscriber mode for 20 minutes, you niggas been subscribing and jumping off. So my subscribers been going up a little bit now that you can't see it. And those of you that's only subscribed just so you can comment, make sure you don't forget to unsubscribe until later on today. And you subscribe back again because you will not be able to say nothing in my chat for 20 minutes. You punk.
So Oshay Duke Jackson had put out a video earlier today, whatever, about Kwame Brown. And he was critiquing him in a weird way. First, he started off talking about that Kwame Brown should not be beefing with LeBron. I don't think that Kwame is not beefing with LeBron. He was basically giving his opinion about how LeBron James should not be looking at stat sheets during the game. Now, of course, I never made it to the level that Kwame Brown made it playing basketball. I played in high school and I played a little bit in college. Now, both coaches, if they knew that me or any other players were worried about the stats during the game, you will definitely be sitting the bench, so you won't have to worry about the stats. And both of them were coaches who really didn't care if we won or not to prove a point. You can be the best player on the team, and if they know you worry about stats, they're going to sit you on the bench. So he was 100% on the money, in my opinion, about that. But y'all don't really care about my opinion about LeBron James. Pretty sure a lot of people don't care about Oshay Duke Jackson's opinion about LeBron James. Kwame Brown, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that do care about his opinion because the man has been on the court with LeBron James. So, yes, and he has a whole sports channel that y'all should watch. And I've been actually waiting for him to do something like this for a while. He's had it up for a minute, but I've been actually waiting for him to do something like this for a while because this guy has actually been in the NBA for like a decade. So it's definitely relevant when he speaks on stuff in basketball. Oshay then went on to talk about how Kwame is losing subs and stuff like that. They sub counting and stuff. Now, let me add this.
And before we go too far, let me say something. And see, that's why I don't like young kids watching the NBA. I really don't. The NBA has become all about the business of basketball, and they create these superstars that coaches teach you from little league through high school, middle school, AAU, college, wherever you decide to go. That's something that you do not do. So all I mentioned was you can't be watching a stat sheet on a bench. It serves no purpose. It looks like you just worried about stats. Sometimes you see guys watching the stats when you're losing the fucking game. I don't see purpose in that. I understand why coaches say don't look at it. So for another man that didn't make it to the level that I made it, and he himself, if he played this game the right way, that I'm sure a responsible coach told him, don't you ever look at no goddamn stat sheet on a fucking bench. But because it's a person who we like, everything is viewed as disrespect. Everything is blown out of proportion. That still doesn't negate the fact of what LeBron brings to this game. That does not mean I disrespected LeBron. That meant I was trained the same way LeBron was trained. Now, maybe that training has been lost because he's been a superstar, but looking at a stat sheet on the bench is never a favorable thing, and none of these kids should see that. Now, that's my opinion, and that's what I was trained never to do. Now, regardless of whether somebody played a game better than you or not, because that's the same thing that you guys keep saying on YouTube. I didn't make it to where you made, but I watched the game. Well, not only did I watch it, I played it, and at the highest level. And there's no reason somebody need to be on the bench with a goddamn stat sheet. And that's not beef, and that's not none of that. And it's high time because somebody say something about you coveted niggas that y'all like. Stop pretending that it's beef. Actually break down what someone is saying and who it could help. I'm tired of going to basketball parks. And first of all, there ain't a lot of kids in the park any damn way. But y'all got these kids skipping steps as far as learning the fundamentals. Pretty soon, the European game is going to be better than our game because they're coming over here with complete players who are all around skilled. And some of our black players can't even use their left hand because they have coaches telling them to go to the dunker. And this is what you're not supposed to do. Don't dribble the ball. Don't do this. Instead of having camps and workshops that they work on all these things. You look at majority of these overseas players, they got all kind of ball skills, 7 foot on down to the smallest ones. While we are watching a game where we're highlighting point guard, step back and shooting threes. Now we got kids doing the James Harden step back. But they don't see how many hours James Harden and these players work on their regular touch. They're not showing Steph Curry, which I got to see with my own eyes, make 200 shots in a row, and then he go back around and he want to make 15 each spot all net, and he will not leave the gym until it goes in all net. So that's why he can shoot off one leg and shoot at half court because he puts the time in. What the NBA need to start doing is showing these great players workouts and play those workout tapes because that's how they can do what they're doing on that court. You don't just get to skip steps. So Oshay and all the people that keep talking as if I can't talk about basketball, I really wish you guys would go suck on a lemon. Because if you guys allow Stephen A., yourself, and anybody else to talk about basketball, then why the fuck I can't? You guys are weird.
I believe Kwame's page is shadow banned, just like I believe mine is or / was shadow banned. One thing I'll tell you about when they shadow ban your page, they put a cap on your number. And it's like, it's almost impossible that someone new is not subscribing to it, but they won't let it grow. While that happens, every page, especially when you got at the height that Kwame has, there are some subscribers that are bots. None of us can stop these bots that come on your page. Even my page, I'm what, 9,500 or whatever. I'm pretty sure there are a few of those that are bots. And when they shadow ban your page, you'll notice, you'll blink your eye, and then bam, 50 subs will be gone. Those are all fake pages that YouTube removes sometimes. And as a content creator, you can't stop people from adding these bots to your page. Now, I'm not saying Kwame is not losing subs, but I'm pretty sure that is part of it. And I'm pretty sure Kwame doesn't care. He came on here with a message, all right? And Oshay was talking about how he don't really got no thumbnails, that he just sits there and talks to the camera. And it's like, look, everybody got their own thing, and it attracts certain kind of people. There's a lot of people that like that style. You know, I watch Kwame videos. I like that style. I don't really need to watch all the super graphics and super effects and stuff like that. One of my favorite YouTubers is AMS. Now, AMS does, have some nice thumbnails. He didn't always have nice thumbnails, but he got nice thumbnails now. He has nice music. He wrote a book and stuff like that. So his stuff is well put together. But when you watch AMS's page, he don't have none of them graphics. He sit there and talk in his bedroom in a simple form. And I bring up AMS because AMS, when I started watching Manosphere videos like 4 years ago, AMS, I learned about Oshay Duke Jackson through AMS. And AMS was roasting the hell out of Oshay Duke Jackson with a simple YouTube page. So, I think that was just kind of being kind of petty. There's a reason why I believe Oshay did all of this. For those of y'all not familiar with Oshay, let me take a step back. Oshay Duke Jackson, he has like 200,000 subs. He's been on YouTube for like 18 years. His moment of breakout was pretty much encouraging Kevin Samuels not to stop. And Kevin Samuels blew up, and rightfully so. Kevin Samuels has been shouting out Oshay Duke Jackson, helping his page grow, which is loyalty, and I like that. I like when brothers work together like that. So, ain't nothing wrong with that. And Oshay Duke Jackson has been riding for Kevin Samuels ever since. Now, that brings me to my next point. There was a time that this guy called Saint the Sinner had said something about Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels never really respond or anything like that. He would, but he would never say his name. So out of nowhere, Oshay Duke Jackson made this video about Saint, this content creator named Saint the Sinner. It was like, hitting him with little jabs and stuff like that. Surprisingly enough, Saint the Sinner really embarrassed Oshay Duke Jackson. And you know what he did after that? He made this video about how black content creators hate on other black content creators and we can't work together and stuff like that. And I'll never forget that because I'm like, yo, this is weird. You pretty much took shots at this dude. And then when he fired a bazooka at you, you start talking about black on black crime. I'm never going to forget that moment. And that's sort of what I saw here. Because when Kwame responded back to Oshay Duke Jackson, I noticed something. Oshay was in the comment section hitting them with all kind of super chats and stuff like that.
He gonna call you a punk. He gonna do this. I've been one of the most logical motherfuckers on YouTube. Listen, man, mind your motherfucking business. You ain't got nothing to do with no another man. I can't tell you what to do. If you give me your opinion on somebody, state it as that. But then don't insert certain things like, Brother Jackson, the things that you was inserting as you was giving your critique. Maybe that's what happened in his basketball career. He was lazy. Brother, when I was going viral on the internet, it was an iPhone 8. I was in the same truck, and I did it just like this. So for you to put that out there for your 200,000 subscribers and call a guy lazy that came from a homeless shelter to the #1 draft pick, brother, I just feel like you're wrong for that.
And like me personally, I get it, man. And I've seen that method here on YouTube a lot when somebody tries to like kind of, passive aggressively spit on somebody. And then when they come back at them, it's like they like to, put some positivity around it and be like, oh, it wasn't like that and blah, blah, blah. It kind of reminds me of, those of us in high school, you always get that one guy that be talking a lot of shit. He might be talking shit about you, but not to you. You know what I mean? Be talking shit about you around the people and all that. But then when you go and you be like, hey, man, I heard you was talking all this shit, man. What's up with you talking all this stuff? They be like, oh, no, man. I don't know what people told you. I ain't really said it like that. I ain't really mean it like that. That's what this kind of reminds me of. And this guy has done it a couple times. And look, to each his own. It just is what it is. Me personally, if I'm gonna critique somebody, I'm gonna critique him. If I don't like somebody, I'm gonna say don't like them. I'm not going to try to give them a cake that once you get past the frosting, and dip your hand in there or whatever, it got a knife in there to cut you. I tried to figure out, where this is coming from, and I tried to find a video, and that's when everything made sense. When I looked for the video, I could not find it on Oshay Duke Jackson main page, and that's when I got it. He has another page, and he put it on another page that he has, where he's pretty much trying to pick up steam on the other page, and it is what it is. I feel like most of us YouTubers are clout chasers to a degree. None of us want to be sitting here with just 2 or 3 people listening to our videos. So all of us, to a degree, are doing certain things to get some type of attention. All of us got lines. You know what I mean? I don't really cross major lines or anything like that. And I'm not saying that Oshay crossed a major line. It's just part of a pattern that I've been noticing. I remember when Pierre came at Kwame Brown. And come to find out, he had a little podcast. He was getting jumped off, trying to jump off the ground. I heard Mr. Skinny on Mr. Skinny. They were talking about Gilbert. I think Gilbert done signed some deal with somebody or something like that. And that supposedly is the reason why he kept bringing up Kwame Brown's name, because let's just be honest. By now, a lot of us on YouTube know that, you know, if you say enough negative things about Kwame, he gonna pretty much say something back. And I believe that now he's became a target for that, for people to get their page jumped off or a podcast jumped off. And it's like, you pretty much can't stop it because it's YouTube. You know what I mean? But that's what I think this is pretty much the reason for. You know, I hope Oshay Duke Jackson's second page takes off, because I definitely believe that's where this came from. But I'm not going to spend too much time trying to critique Oshay Duke Jackson, because I will say this. Out of a lot of YouTubers that I follow, because yes, I do follow Oshay Dukes Jackson. I don't really watch his stuff as much as I used to. But when I first came watching Manosphere videos, he was definitely one of the first ones I watched. And I will say, out of a lot of people, his comment section critiques him more than other YouTubers. So I pretty much ain't got to say too much about Oshay Duke Jackson, other than, like I said, you know, I hope his second page takes off. Well, anyways.
Salute to Moxy Approved.